You know, I see Marcus looking at the sky and the roof or anything. He's going, where the hell is that bloody smell coming from? That's what I think of. Anyway, this is just a quick clip before I get into the subject at hand. This is a quick clip of me playing Escalation on US West Coast servers on the weekend to get that XP. It was in Old Town. My team we only won one round, and this is the round we win. I came top of my team, so what does that tell you about the rest of my team? Pretty noobish. None of them are ranked yet, and I still think they didn't really get much of an idea how Escalation is. I enjoyed it, actually. I'm going to play more of Escalation here and there. It really brings out the sweats, and it makes you a much better Gears of War 4 player, in my view, particularly as I've been playing a lot on US West Coast servers, and you'll notice in the next clip coming up how well I do on Dawn, on King of the Hill, on Australian servers here and there. Now, I do suggest you play objective gameplay, and I do suggest you play on lag, because as Chi always said, once you play on lag, man, when you play a bit of lag, you can play Gears on any form. So, what do I mean by the title? The Gnasher needs to be universal. Now, I want to say thank you so much for the support from my last video. I think it's up to 40 views, whatever. That's really good for me, peeps. It really is. And the comment section is pretty big. It's between El Succubus, Perfidy, and Josh Who exactly. Shout out to you guys. Now, it's a very interesting conversation. I suggest you just don't even look at the video, just read what they've got to say and the points they bring up here and there. And the one thing I can't fathom is why they've made the Gnasher different in core compared to social. Now, Elder Succubus said to me, why in God's earth, not in those words, did they do that in the first place? Well, there's a couple of reasons, and this is my theory. It's not 100% fact, it's just a theory that Cliffy B, after Gears of War 1 and watching it on multiplayer, in Gears of War 2, he didn't want to make the Gnasher the prime weapon. He wanted to add other weapons here and there. Now, it's very difficult for him. They argue not to because there's too many other games with rifles and submachine guns, so it stayed the Gnasher. And the reason he stated that and said that, he said, because the people who play Gears of War 1, you know, they're going to get too good. They've got the wall bouncy. They've worked out the mechanics. It's going to be harder for anybody else to pick up the game and jump right in. And that means the longevity of the franchise or the series of the game won't last. Now, think about that for a minute, because then look at the other games, like his recent one he's working on called Lawbreakers. He's always trying to make a balance here and there. So what I'm trying to say, peeps, is he was worried from the get-go that it was going to get too hard for everybody. Be on Gears of War 2, which I didn't play too much on the multiplayer here and there, and it got really sweaty and competitive. Gears of War 3, I personally think was probably, in my view, the best Gnasher. I really, really do, because it was not center, it was slightly off to the right and up, which made a hell of a lot of sense, and the active reloads were good. That's what they need to do, because a lot of people whinging and they're adjusting it all the time, and I think what the Coalition is trying to do, they're trying to make too many people, different groups, happy at once. The Horde players, social players, and the core players. I don't think that should be the case. I think they should make the Gnasher for everybody the same right across the bat. Because what happens, and I've noticed this in the Gears of War groups that I'm a member of here and there, people will be playing heaps of social and then they'll get into core and they're getting their asses kicked. One, because your movement's restricted a bit more, which I can't understand why they do that. But two, the Gnasher is slightly better and the players are better and you've just got to take your time to adjust. Or if you go back from core to social, you'll get a rude shock because the Gnasher is way more random. And I mean, it's so random, dude, it gives you Tourette's. Now, the thing is, I don't rage because what we're going to look at here, people, is Gears of War has always been broken. From day dot, from Gears 1, right through to now, including Judgment, it's always been broken. I don't know why it is. It's just one of those franchises where it's just broken. Not broken as fuck. Broken is interesting. And you know, it makes it very gritty. It makes a lot of people rage. Yeah, can't fool me, pal. And it just, you know, what can I say, peeps? It really, really has always been broken. We've got to start accepting that and stop whinging so much and giving them a hard time. Because I will say this, they are doing a bloody good job. They really, really are. These guys have listened. They've added more maps. Yeah, they're going for the, you know, money grubbing money here and there, but they're doing regular updates and maps, and they're starting to make it more worthwhile. And they're listening to their community, which is important. Trust me, I play other franchises, and they don't listen to their community. These guys are listening to us. And it wouldn't be easy, trust me. Could you imagine every Monday morning coming in and seeing the crap that they have to put up with? So I'm not, you know, the Coalition are trying to do their best. I think they're trying to make too many different groups happy. I think they should have one Gnasher for all. That's what the title is basically all about. One Gnasher for the whole lot, you know. And at the end of the day, I like Dawn. Objective gameplay is where this game shines. And I do recommend that you play on US West Coast servers because yabba dabba, I've got Nemesis on you. Bad joke. bad joke. Shout out to you, man. You got me a couple times the next match, so it was all good. But what can I say, people? Rate it for me. But I also suggest you play on US West Coast servers and you play competitive, because when you come back to social or play games like this, you tend to be better, as the proof is in the pudding in this video. My shot is on point, which is very unusual for me in any game. And this game in Titanfall 2, I got better accuracy in Titanfall 2, but in this game, ignore the talk shots. My shots were on point. So what can I say? Now look, going back into Call of Duty Infinite Warfare here for a bit of a laugh, people. I just wanted to share this with you. Infinite Warfare, Infinity Ward, sorry, have done a very funny thing on Infinite Warfare. You could buy Aussie Man's voice, and I can tell you, it has made Infinite Warfare a lot more fun to watch and play. He cracks me up. As you can see, I got MVP. Like I said, tell me what your comments down in the section below. How do you think? What do you agree with me that they should make the Gears of War 4 Gnasher like Gears of War 3 and one, universal? What I mean is right across all platforms, it stays the same. Frag and tab, good days, and I'll catch you mofos later.